Hello again, everybody. Way Back Sports Cards, and we're here with a baseball box break for you. You see in front of you right here, I'm going to grab the pack. 1995 Topps Bazooka bubblegum cards. They had some Bazooka releases in the 80s and 70s, but this is the first mainstream Topps release. You see 50 cents a pack back in 1995. I'm going to share a little bit of information about this product. There's no rookie cards here. It's 5 cards per pack. The only, I guess, insert, there's base cards, and then there's a red hot insert set of, I think, 22 or 23 players. And basically, the red hots look exactly the same as the base cards, the same photo, just a red background. A little bit more valuable, but they come, they're not promoted with the odds, but it's probably about every 4 or 5 packs from what I can see. Each pack comes with a block of gum, so if you come back to the screen here, you see, instead of the gum loose in the pack, it's in the wrapper. It comes with a piece of gum, and these are the pieces of gum I got. They look awful. I am not going to eat them, and I don't recommend anybody else does. And each pack of, or each piece of Bazooka Joe gum comes with a comic. You see there's 50 comics in total. Cheesy wrap, and then a cheesy little comic strip here. I don't think these were very popular by 1995, but anyway, it was also a little fortune at the bottom. There you go. If your mom says no, there's always dad. So there you go. Kind of cheesy. But anyway, we're going to get right to it. I'm going to show you the base card real quick. There's the base Ripken. It's also part of a game. You'll see each pack comes with a little spinner, makeshift spinner. You can actually play a game with these cards. I was reading the rules, seemed kind of boring, but I'll show you the spinner in a moment. 132 cards in the set, 24 Hall of Famers in the set in total. You can see Billy Ashley, not a Hall of Famer. Here's the game card, pieces for the spinner, comes with the rules as well. If you want to pause the screen and see what these rules are, go ahead. And there's the back of that. Seemed pretty boring, but whatever. There's Tom Glavine, Gary Sheffield, Cliff Floyd, and Alex Gonzalez. I don't think I mentioned this, but there are no rookies in this set. So the big chase card really, or if you want to call it a chase card, not really a chase card, would be the red hot cards. And I got one red hot so far. It was Barry Bonds. And you see on the back, it is red hot number 3, RH3. So the one I got so far, I guess Griffey would be the best one. Greg McMichael. Oh, there you go. Another red hot of Jose Canseco, the Red Sox. Randy Myers. Little sticking, not too bad. Walt Weiss and Albert Bell. But, you know, for kids in 1995, I guess this was for 50 cents. You know, you're getting a few cards and a piece of gum. So, Greg Maddux, not bad. Big Daddy Cecil Fielder, Bobby Bonilla, Mets' favorite player, Joe Carter, and J.R. Phillips. Could that be the worst card in the set? Might be. With 132 cards, they mostly stuck to star players, or at least well-known players. So pretty much everybody in these packs are going to be somewhat known. Rick Wilkins had a couple of good years with the Cubs. Jose Rio. And we've got Tim Salmon, former Rookie of the Year, Rafael Palmeiro, and Jose Oliva, who I don't remember very well. These packs are a little tough to rip through. The plastic's a little tight. You'll see, actually, before I go too far, no odds on the pack. It actually just gives you the nutrition facts on the gum and the ingredients. So, really not giving you a whole lot there. Jay Bell, regular Jose Canseco. So I'm just going to go back 1 second. There you go. There's the red hot to the right, and there's the base card. So they use the same photo for the red hot, even though only 23 players are in the red hot insert set. And there you go, red hot David Cone, Pudge, Rodriguez, and Sandy Alomar. Just gonna move these off to the side for just a moment. There we go. The one thing about these packs is they don't stack very well because of the piece of gum that's in them. So these packs are kind of just sitting all loose on my desk here. They don't stack well. Jimmy Key. A little bit too much flipping for my liking, but for 5 cards. Brett Boone, the Hit Dog, Mo Vaughn, Chris Hoyles, and another Greg Maddux in the game piece. So you'll see we've already had a Greg Maddux in the few that we've opened. These are going to get somewhat repetitive, I think, after a few more packs. Hopefully we get a little bit more variety here in these. Danny Tartabull with the Yankees. Steady Eddie, Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. Another Gary Sheffield, Dutch, Darren Dalton, and Alex Gonzalez again. I'm not going to open the gum. I showed you the gum earlier and a couple of comics. I don't think there's anything there. There's no players featured in any of the comics. So we're just going to not open those. There you go. Ken Griffey Jr., probably the best card in the base card in the set. So we've got a Griffey. See if we can get a Griffey red hot. Probably be the best card that we could find. There we go, the Moose, Hall of Famer Mike Messina, John Wetland, Sean Dunston, and the last 2 here pitchers, we got Doug Drabeck with the Astros, and closer Lee Smith with the Angels by 95. I don't remember Lee Smith in 95. I mean, 95, 96, kind of the end of Lee Smith's career. We got Dean Palmer. Decent photos on the front. Not great, but not terrible. They're clear. No photos on the back, obviously, because of the game piece. Randy Myers. Got Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. And the last card is of Greg McMichael with the Braves. Got Mike Messina again. Game piece. There we go. Red hot of Cal Ripken Jr. Probably one of the better cards to pull there. Jay Buhner. Doug Drabeck. And Steve Howe, the late Steve Howe. Again, there's not much to these cards. They're not worth a ton, but if you're the kind of person who likes to pick up some singles of your favorite players, this is a really cheap way to do it. I believe I got this box for about 20 to 25 shipped. I think it was 15 and the shipping was about 10, so 25 bucks. If you can find it in a store or at a flea market, you might be able to get it for closer to 15 without the shipping, but I wouldn't pay a whole lot. Catcher Carlos Delgado. People forget he was a catcher early in his career. And Bip Roberts. But, yeah, I mean, if you can get this for about $15, you're probably doing okay. Like I said, these retailed for 50 cents a pack back in 95. So, you know, these were not highly thought of as super valuable. And like I said, no rookies. And all you have is the Red Hot Insert series. So there's not a whole lot to chase here. Mike Stanley, Mickey Tettleton, another Drug Dravex, like the third one we've got. And a Juan Gonzalez. These packs are not fun to rip, but the bricking doesn't seem to be too bad. Eric Karros, former Rookie of the Year himself. Another Carlos Delgado. El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, author of A Perfect Game, I believe. Chili Davis. Steady Eddie. 3,000 hits and 500 home runs for Eddie Murray. Really one of the best, one of the greatest hitters of all time. Switch hitter at that. Steady Eddie, what a great hitter. People forget about him. He never really stood out in the world of the Barry Bondses and the Griffeys and the Cal Ripkins, but Eddie Murray always performed, even later in his career. Dante Bichette, we have not seen him yet. Dante, father of Bo Bichette. Current MLB ball player, Bo Bichette. We got a Red Hot on its way. Ooh, we have not seen this yet. Sammy, Slammin' Sammy. Whew, that's a good picture. Full swing right there. Going for it. Our Red Hot is of Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt Hall of Famer. I saw the F, thought it might have been Fred McGriff maybe, but we've got Frank Thomas, we've got Jay Buhner, Mike Piazza, and we got Moises Alou there. Sorry about the phone ringing there. Kevin Mitchell. Dutch Dalton, John Olerud. Mel Rojas, closer for the Expos. And Manny Ramirez. I've not seen Manny Ramirez yet in this break, so there he is. And anybody who was thinking ahead of time to ask, I am not saving the gum. The gum is going in the garbage. So anybody out there who may be thinking to send me a message asking for the gum, I don't have it anymore by the time you ask, and I'm not going to send any old gum to anybody in the mail. So I believe I had a question once, a while back. Somebody asked me about whether or not the pieces of gum were still available, and I said no. I don't keep it, and I certainly wouldn't send it to anybody in the mail. So some fun, interesting collectors out there. Barry Larkin Red Hot, and you can see we've got about 3 or 4 Red Hots out of the 20 packs. So it's about 1 out of 4 or 5 packs. Not too rare of a chase set. You probably could pull about, you know, 7 or 8 out of a box. So you won't be able to complete the whole set, but probably wouldn't take you too much effort to go complete it these days. Probably could find most of these on eBay relatively cheap. Singles shouldn't run you too much. And at that point, I think Jeff Conine's the only card in that pack that we haven't seen yet. Open a few more here. Looks like we got about 4 or 5 left, and there's not a whole lot left that we haven't found yet. If we could find a Red Hot, perhaps. Greg Maddux. Delino DeShields. Don't think we've seen him yet. Another Alou. And another Bip Roberts. we've got ourselves, let's see, get these all oriented the correct way. We've got another Dante Bichette, Marquise Grissom, Albert Bell, Deion Sanders. Not sure if we've seen him yet. Looks like he's wearing his hat underneath his helmet. I know I used to do that in Little League. And Travis Fryman. Get these open packs out of the way. Clear the deck here. Oh, these are tough. Although I'm not really worried about damaging the cards here, to be honest with you. Not a whole lot to worry about with these cards. Carlos Delgado, Cliff Floyd, Dennis Eckersley, ooh, Jeff Bagwell. Haven't seen Jeff Bagwell yet. And Roberto Kelly with the Braves, previously with the Yankees and with the Reds. So, Roberto Kelly, Yankee fans may well know this. Yankees traded Roberto Kelly for Paul O'Neill, an incredibly important part of the Yankee World Series run in the late 90s. So, interesting there. There you go. The latest, most recent Hall of Famer, Fred McGriff, going in this year in 2023. We got Bobby Bonilla, the Mets, Mel Rojas, Manny Ramirez, another Roberto Kelly. And we're going to just do one more here. About 17 minutes in, and there's really nothing left here. Sandy Alomar, Matt Williams, I think maybe we haven't seen yet, but now we have. Gary Sheffield, Frank Thomas base card, and Rod Beck. So there you go. That's the last pack we're going to open here. So that is 1995's Bazooka Major League Baseball cards. It's basically crap. It's basically junk wax. But all the major stars are here. We found a Griffey. Hoping to find another one. Cal Ripken base and red hot. We've got a Barry Bonds red hot. We found a few others. Nick Canseco red hot. Frank Thomas red hot. Greg Maddux, Barry Larkin. Whole stack of Hall of Famers here. So for 15 bucks, 20 bucks, not a bad box, but I wouldn't spend a whole lot more than 20 for something like this. This is a pure nostalgia rip. And the gum's inedible, so I wouldn't spend a whole lot of money on this, but it's a fun break. Let me know out there if anybody has played the game with these cards. Seems really boring and time-consuming, but let me know if anybody has decided to do that. I'd love to know how that worked out. But as always, thank you all for watching. This is Wayback Sports Cards signing off, and we'll be back next week with another sports-related box break. Stay tuned in between for bonus box breaks. And until then, we're signing off. Wayback Sports Cards. We'll see you next time.